How's it going, everybody? All right, all right. Sit down, relax. All right, it's early, relax. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, and you're here with me, Coffee with Malcolm. My little talk show in the morning over a cup of coffee with lighthearted humor and other stuff. So, Robert, again, he's like a teenager right now. He's like, I don't want anything to do with you. Then the next minute, he's like, I want this and that and the other. He's kind of upset because I couldn't take him for a walk this morning. It's thundering and storming outside. So, you know, yeah, he was upset about that. 2 cups of coffee? Well, here's the first cup. This is a 16-ounce mug. We got Ramesh, we got Random, we got a few other people that'll trickle in later on, and that's all good. Will Terry be joining us today? Very doubtful. Uh-oh, something's wrong with Terry. But anywho, yeah, I looked up your Bogans thing some more yesterday, Random. Bogans is, that's the equivalent of hillbillies in Australia. And it works. It's just to a T. It's almost like, I think every country has hillbillies. I want to know what the hillbillies are like in India, if Ramesh could tell us that. Or if he even knows what hillbillies are, rednecks and things like that. Back folk country, just, you know. That would be a funny country, you know, or Japan or China or something like that. Their version of the hillbilly. I don't know. I think every country's got a version of it. Russia hillbillies. I don't know how they talk like Russian like this, and we have hillbillies in top of mountains. They are very stupid. I don't know how you would do a hillbilly Russian accent, if that's even possible. It's got to be. I can't even fathom how it would go, as far as yeah, I don't know. As the bogan for the WTF news, that'd be cool. A hillbilly is just a simple person. It's a derogatory term. It's a simple person who lives in the country, away from society, has his own kind of slang, yeah, simple-minded, you know, and just can't understand why you can't just, you know, constantly shoot squirrels out of trees and eat roadkill. You know, things like that. Missing a few teeth. Always talking about the grandma. Living in little crappy houses. I don't know. You're a hillbilly, Ramesh? Oh, gosh. Well, Ramesh is, he's the official Indian hillbilly. That's funny. Well, there you go, Ramesh. Congratulations. We know how to address you properly now. I got this email from Google I signed up for, and it tells me Google Trends, and it's like a 4-page email. I didn't think it was going to be this much stuff. Listeria symptoms. That's like top trending right now in Google. This is all United States type stuff. Well, not really. The Philippines top country song is election results. So even in the Philippines, that goes to prove right here that even in the Philippines they have rednecks. Hey Terry, how's it going? Yo, Shabbat Shalom, son. Yeah, some random stuff. Jason Tatum, that's a basketball player. Oh, wow. Naked and Afraid was the top trending season finale search in the Shawnee National Forest. Well, there you go. I didn't even know that show was still going on, Naked and Afraid. I thought it only lasted a couple of seasons. You know, I watched the one I've watched a few episodes, and all they do is they show up naked in the woods or jungle or something like that, and they get infested by mosquitoes and just tortured by nature. And they're typically clueless people as far as like bushwhacking is concerned. So and they're naked. So yeah, I like the survival series Alone. I like that a lot better. So yeah. Terry's headed to Missouri. He's in Illinois right now. Terry is our traffic correspondent on the show. Terry, can you tell us how the traffic's going to be today? We'll get our traffic report from Terry in a minute. There's kind of a delay. There's all kinds of stuff like polka dot mini dress is coming back now for some reason. It hit a 5-year high in 2025 searches. So maybe a lot of polka dot dresses are coming out. I don't know. Call Liz and wake her up. There you go. Got a heavy dose of traffic jams and construction. Typical traffic. So, take the other roads, maybe some secondaries, possibly use public transportation. I don't know where you are, but Terry says it's going to be congested out there today. So yeah, that's our traffic report. And then we'll go into Random. Random is our soothsayer, fortune teller. He can tell us how Wednesday's going to be for us because he's in the future. So we'll get an update from Wesley here in a second too. Typical Chicago BS. Oh man. Call him Desi people. Naked hillbilly who lives in the mountain. And he's like notorious. Okay. We call them Desi people. Huh. Well, there you go. They got Bogans and Desis and hillbillies. Desi people are sexy. I'm missing out on something here. What's the Desi people? I gotta look this up, see for myself. Desi people. And, okay. The term is somehow self-identified, blah, blah. Find it overly broad and potentially erasing the diverse cultures of South. I'm not sure. It doesn't give me a picture. I can tell you that when we'll do images. What's the Desi people? Well, they look nice. They're not hillbillies. It's only $1,600, low price. Okay, well, today's going to be at 8.5. Yesterday was a 9.5 day out of 10. And Wesley, our future fortune teller, says that today's going to be at 8.5. So pretty good day. We're having a great week so far. Even though I'm sitting here in the rain and I can't take Robert for a walk. I think that's why he's like, give me the cold shoulder. Because I started walking him in the morning. It was cool outside. And yeah. Popped in to say hi. Well, thanks for stop popping in. Well, there you go. And talking about weird things. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about today. Today is National Underground American Day. So if you're a hermit, a doomsday prepper, or just like putting your head in the sand, today's your day in America. Or you inherited your grandparents' house that had a fallout shelter in the backyard from the 50s and 60s. That was a thing. Man, those salesmen racked in some money. Just putting crates in the ground and calling it a fallout shelter. I doubt it really... There was no proof that it could withstand a nuclear blast. Haircut shape, you're looking homeless. I need a haircut too. I don't know. That's what my argument with Johnny is like. You can only shoot one, maybe two at a time. How many do you possibly need? I mean, reloading is a lot easier and cost efficient than buying more weapons. I mean, you can buy as many as you want, but Mel is here. We got who else we got chopping in here today? I think Liz was in here for a second too. I told Liz on the live yesterday, she was putting on her, fixing her hair one night. I told her to make it look like the 80s, and she went to the 50s. She said beehive from the 50s. I was talking about how they poofed out their hair and they had that curl in the front, the 80s hairstyle for women. Sounds like ATF talk. Well, I was thinking, I don't know. The comedy, the funny side of me thinks the reason why you want to buy more is so that you don't have to keep reloading if something goes down. You can just grab another loaded weapon, shoot it till it empties, toss it to the side, grab another one, and keep using it until it's empty and toss it to the side. Because, switching magazines, that's too much, You need to show a force. I think he has, Random said he could have guns, bows, and arrows, but they have to be bolt action, no semi-automatic, no magazines or something like that. I don't know. Oh, you got one for each day of the week. I got you. So you got one for each day of the month. For what I'm guessing so far. So nobody's celebrating Underground American Day. Nobody has fallout shelters and living in the side of a mountain or something like that. Yeah. All Ramesh has is a hatchet, an axe. It can't even be like the Texas Chainsaw guy. All he's got is an axe. He's got something. He needs a pocket knife. You would look a little weird walking down the street with an axe strapped to your back, like a samurai sword that you could pull out and take down criminals or something like that. That would be a little excessive. I'm like, look at Ramesh over here carrying this big axe. What's up with him? Don't mess with Ramesh. And then you start a trend, and everybody starts carrying around axes on their backs. Wow. A lot of rules and regulations over there. Yeah, I think we touched that subject before. I need my walk with Robert. I'm trying to wake up. I always wanted one of those fallout shelters, though. I think that'd be cool. I could dig one. It would take me years to dig one and build one in the backyard. But it'd be something. The house is on a slab, so I couldn't make an escape tunnel in the house to go to my underground bunker. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm on a slab, so I can't do that. I'd have to get a jackhammer and chisel through the floor of the house. I don't think that's feasible. I'll just have to run into the open air and get in my bunker before the bomb lands or something like that. Wow. You can't even carry a big axe. You'll get put in jail for walking around with an axe. What if you got a sign that says we'll chop trees for food or something like that? You could claim that you're you have a tree cutting business, and that's what you do. Morning, Liz. Did somebody wake you up, Liz? So people don't get stuck in a room. Some people have chosen Karen down the street. Nobody wants to be with a racist, homophobic grandma. And a couple people want Fletcher, but mostly it's Trump. People want to be stuck in a room for a week with Trump. I don't want to be stuck in a room with anybody for a week. It's like, whoever that is, they're going to get annoying after a while, I think. I don't think it really matters. I'd rather be just stuck in a room alone for a week, honestly. And there goes the woodpecker outside again. Jeez. It's all that money. Yeah. You had a forcible wake-up call, Liz. You had to get up. Liz overslept today. That's right. You got to get up. Enjoy the sunshine. No, today's weather forecast is going to be cloudy with a chance of showers. You didn't know you're going to get all that stuff from this show in the morning if you're just tuning in for the first time. We got traffic reports, predictions of day's outcome, and weather reports. There you go. I don't think the weather report's going to be as accurate as the traffic report. I think the traffic report's probably the most accurate report we have on this show. There's Eric, Mr. Tractor Guy. I was watching, he's got this big bush hog tractor going around with all these Christmas trees. I learned something from his little feed there. It takes, what, 8 to 10 years before you can have a full-grown Christmas tree from a little sapling. It takes like that long. That is an investment. Yeah. How did you, you know, I don't know if you inherited it or you just worked there, but at some point somebody had to start that tree farm, right? And they had this grand idea. It's like, look, listen to me. Hear me out. We're going to chop down all these wild trees, right? We're going to get rid of all the wild and stumps gone and everything. We're going to smooth it all out. Put some irrigation out there. Put little pine trees out there, little cedars and spruces and all these. Then we're going to sell them as Christmas trees in about 10, 12 years from now. What are we going to do for the next 10, 12 years? We'll figure it out. Hell. That had to get started somehow. Oh yeah, they're trimming them with the samurai swords, and they go down and they're just chopping up the trees. Is that how you do it, Eric? Do you go out there and trim your Christmas trees with samurai swords? That may be just one guy. I don't know. He's probably got. I would imagine him out there with a gas-powered hedge trimmer or something like that. I don't know. Or he's very particular. He's out there with a pair of snips and just meticulously trimming each branch around the tree. That would take forever. You would never get anything done that way. Children usually are expensive. Yeah. At least you'll get a return on investment on your guns. Hey, Istanbul, how's it going? That Spring is AKA Istanbul. She's changed her name. Spring is here. She loves spring. Who doesn't love spring, right? Use a machete and clippers. And we do have the gas-powered trimmers. The motor's on your back, but you always need to... I got to look around the camera, read the whole thing. Okay. Wow. You can do that. Have you done your little samurai video of you chopping up and trimming Christmas trees? But it was interesting, you talking about those little saplings and how long they took. I didn't think it would take that long. I thought maybe 4 or 5 years, but you're saying like 8 or 9 years? I don't know. I know they do that down here in Georgia. They have the pine trees they use for lumber. And they'll just clear cut all these trees and go behind and put in the pine trees. And like 20, 25 years from now, they'll come back and chop them down and do it all over again. But they're not sitting out there bush hogging around them, trimming them. They're just letting them grow, you know? And I guess that would be a lot easier than what you're doing. But you're cultivating a product for a specific reason, and it needs to look nice because that's what Jesus wanted. Perfectly shaped trees. Yeah, they're expensive. There's a place down here that sells them for like, there's a tree farm in this area, and people go out there, they flock out there to this place. They just go by the droves out there to get these Christmas trees. They're nice trees, but you go into the farm, you park your car, you go up to this counter, and you say, I want to get a tree. And they say, well, here's a saw, go get one. So not only are you paying $150 for a tree, you have to go out there with a saw, lay on the ground, and a handsaw at that, and chop down your own tree, then drag it back up to the counter, and then they'll charge you for the price of the tree that you cut down, and they'll help you wrap it and strap it to your car. But yeah, they're just sitting back and laughing at you while you're out there with your kids trying to be, you know, chopping down the Christmas tree because, you know, it's manly or something like that. Wow. Higher than giraffe. Dang, those little saplings are like 4 years old. They're only like a foot tall. You can cut it for you and cut your own. We don't do any wholesale. Yeah, this place has just got a stack of hand saws, and they just let you walk. They tell you, like, go ahead, go get it. We'll be right here when you're done. Don't sign a waiver, nothing like that. If you chop your own finger off, or it falls on your kids, or a snake pops out and bites you, it's all, buyer beware. Take your own risk. Get out there and just make it happen. I don't know. 2 years in the greenhouse, 2 years outside, then we get them. Wow. That's a lot for a Christmas tree. We're learning about Christmas trees here in the States. That's very interesting. Also, I want to throw this little bit in there. Today's only a 30-minute episode again today. Sorry. Don't be mad at me. I think the rest of the week is going to be 30-minute episodes. It's squirrel inside that attacked Grandma like on Christmas vacation. Do you hear that? You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. I hear something. This little squeaky, scratchy sound. Oh, you're in town buses driving to work. All right, JT, thanks for stopping in and throwing something in the chat. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I remember that. The Christmas Vacation movie is hilarious. There's so many good clips in there. There's so many good clips. I love Grandma, though. She's like, I think I hear something. And they got her at the table. I go on about that movie forever. Watch it. That's one of those movies I can watch over and over and over again. It's one of the few movies I can watch repetitive, over and over. Yeah. Daniel! How's it going, Daniel? Thanks for joining us, buddy. Oh, this day in history was when Lewis and Clark departed to explore the Northwest and find out they needed to eradicate Native Americans. So, go Lewis and Clark. Yay. Not a shining moment in history. In case some people think, like, we explored the land, we discovered it. And it's like, well, it was kind of already discovered. It just wasn't discovered by you. I don't know. But, yeah, that can be a touchy subject as well. They were savage. There's savages out there, wild folk. They go around half naked, come at you and yelling with feathers in their hair. Yeah, how's the climate in the Netherlands, Daniel? We've got our weather forecast here, and yeah, it's gonna be humid today. Getting hot. What would you consider hot temperatures in the Netherlands? Because we really don't complain about heat here in the South until, Georgia, until it's like in the 90s Fahrenheit. I don't even know what that is Celsius. I got to convert that real quick. Glass Gemini. Convert 90 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Sure. 90 degrees Fahrenheit is about 32.2 degrees Celsius. Is there anything else you'd like me to convert?
Nope, that's it. 32.5 Celsius or something like that. Yeah. Like 30 Celsius there. That'd be like 80s, in the 80s for us. We're Americans. We gotta be different. We got standard measurements. We use Fahrenheit. Those type of things. But, what was it I was thinking about? Is like Fahrenheit's better than Celsius. It's more accurate. I think it's more accurate because from 0 to 30 Celsius is 32 to 85 or 90. So I think there's more numbers in there that makes it more accurate. Does that make sense? I don't know. I like my inches, my yards, and my Fahrenheits. Don't give me that kilometers per hour thing. Trying to think like you're going real fast or such. Water freezes at 0 instead of 32. Yeah. And boiling is 100 instead of 212. I get it. It's simpler, but I don't know if it's more accurate. It's confusing. Oh, metric is so superior, then, yeah, why is America so great with standard then? Huh? What was it that spacecraft? I think had something going to the moon, and one guy used the standard system instead of the metric system, as far as like trajectory and stuff, and it ended up crashing. It just like blasted right in there and just destroyed the whole thing because they used feet instead of yards, or yards instead of meters or whatever. And somebody else going, "Oh, my bad." Oh, yeah. So make sure if you're doing one of those measurements that everybody in the room is still using the same standard that you're using. Otherwise, you'll have drastic consequences. I'm sure they use metric for all kinds of... They do use metric for a lot more things. I know NASA uses the metric system, stuff like that. The military uses the metric system. They're always talking about, they refer to kilometers and things like that. So I don't know if it'll ever die out, because who's going to sell those extra wrenches at the hardware store and sockets? Yeah, you had to just move a decibel. I get it. You're on your own on this one, Wes. Teddy Ruxpin. That was a creepy thing at the time, too. Little talking bear with a cassette in his back. Wesley could take off his shirt. Well, we know what Ramesh is thinking about. His selfie stick needs rubbed for... Oh my gosh, you guys are innuendos. How are we supposed to keep viewers if you guys... you guys are talking about rubbing selfie sticks and naked and afraid. And Random wants photos from Wesley. This is getting almost out of hand. On the way to get that thing going right, huh? That's funny. Put the figure to his mouth while it was talking. I didn't have a Teddy Ruxpin. I thought the thing was just weird. It was super creepy. I would rather have a Chucky doll than a Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, I would rather have a Chucky doll. A warehouse of Chucky dolls than a warehouse of Teddy Ruxpins. I may be alone on that one, but yeah. You have a Chucky doll? Oh, I'm sure they still sell. You can get anything on the internet. You hate Chucky? Mm-hmm. I mean, the CGI and the animation, if you watch it now, it's kind of choppy and cheesy. But the whole premise of this doll coming to life with some, like, murderous soul inside it was pretty creepy. They had like 4 or 5 Chucky movies. And I think one of the last ones was Chucky and His Bride, so he ended up getting married to another doll or something like that. I never watched that one. Low battery Teddy was crazy. Like I said, I never had one. Never desired one. I was too creeped out. Even at the time, I was wondering, how is he answering your questions from a cassette tape that plays and, just playing? How does it know to answer your questions legitimately? Talk to you. I was looking at this. There's no way. I was already overthinking it as a child, of the concept of a cassette tape playing and just knowing the answers as it plays. That was too creepy for me. Well, I guess I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. You guys are really getting geared up, having fun chatting and stuff like that. I could just leave it running and go to work, and you could stare at the wall all day. And be like, well, the extended version of Coffee with Malcolm is just gonna be us talking in the chat. I don't think it would last very long. But yeah, don't wake up the kids. Anyway, thanks for coming in, guys. Sooner we'll get back up to the 45-minute mark. Just got to get through this little time frame here. You could watch Robert. He will be inside. I think he just sleeps in the living room, though, in his bed. But I don't know. He's stuck inside today. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye!